Hello, this is class 3 for the Power Story. It's our, I have to look over here. It's our first quarter 2019 experience, and we're journeying together towards telling a better story. I have to start with a confession. This was scheduled to go out last night. It's a little late, or it's perfectly on time, depending on how you look at it. I believe that there's a risk and a commitment and a stepping into a different level of courage when you decide to teach at the level that I'm teaching. So it's this deep, embodied, transformational work. The risk is that what you teach is going to show up for you. And it's going to allow you, and I'm talking about myself here, it's going to allow you to make a decision, to show your commitment, and to decide how you're going to show up. And so last night was a battle between what I had set as the intention for this experience and the experience that I was having in the moment. So I believe with my whole heart that without compassion, there is no way for us to deepen. There is no way for us to journey towards becoming, because it just doesn't happen without a gentleness towards our own soul, towards our own experience. And I also started this experience with the intention that we were going to be focused, and by we I mean me too, on the spiritual time, knowing that the linear time can be a bully, and it was bullying me left and right last night. So I knew in my heart that I wasn't in the right frame, like something was going on, and I could have said the exact same words, voice inflection and all, to you last night that I'm saying tonight. It's not that I didn't know what the class was about or what I wanted to invite you to explore. It's that I felt like I needed to be at a certain level of groundedness in order to convey it to you, in order to share it. And I just didn't have it last night. And so I battled with myself on time. I made a promise to show up. I made a promise to deliver. But I think the bigger promise in all of that, when we're in a sacred circle like this, it takes more courage to say, that's not where I'm at, and to ask for forgiveness, or to open you to flexibility, whatever it is that I decided to show up with tonight. And it's also the full moon. So maybe yesterday wasn't as perfect for setting a new intention for developing a better story than tonight is. And maybe the energy and the moon and the cycles and everything else about tonight are 1,000 times better than they would have been last night. I know that solely based on my own energy and intention, tonight is better. And it's my hope that by waiting until tonight that I'm able to give you something more powerful, to invite you into a conversation that has more meaning. And also just to share my own vulnerabilities. I really struggled with not showing up last night and feeling like I had let you down. And then coming to a realization that I have to practice what I preach. And I'm preaching spiritual time, being patient when you struggle against the clock. And that's what I experienced last night. And so I'm starting tonight's lesson, teaching, invitation with that. What you offer is going to be mirrored back to you into your own experience. And it's happened to me several times recently. I'm being invited to re-experience something that I might have forgotten what it felt like. And the battle between myself and my mind last night was pretty tough. And if you're experiencing those same things, for me, first, it's really hard to reach out when I'm at that level. When I'm at that level, I need to say, can I get your feedback, or I need help. And if I had reached out yesterday to someone, I think I would have been able to more quickly turn around and given you what I had promised you on time, on this time. But I decided to move through it myself, and it just took longer. It took more rest, and it took more nourishment, and it took a lot more compassion. I was beaten into myself. So I'm hoping that by sharing this experience, it adds value to what you go through. Because we don't do anything alone. And I think even if they're not human beings in this plane, I mean, yesterday I called on the Virgen Guadalupe and on my grandmothers to just nurture me, to just hold me, to help me, because I wasn't getting it done on my own. So that